And now for our feature presentation.
This is great because on the back it actually says this film is also known as
the I'll Watch It Later podcast.
You ever heard of that film?
And now, on with the show.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to I'll Watch It Later podcast, the podcast where we lie about the movies we've seen to impress our friends or whatever the saying is. As always,
Done like almost 100 shows.
I'm Aaron, and I'm joined by my best friend, a guy he doesn't want to talk to me no more. So, Jordan, right?
Am
You
I right?
are.
Am I right?
See? Yeah,
Am I
he's
right?
not
Am I
talking.
right? Am I
And
right?
Hi, everybody.
my brother-in-law and just grump, Scott.
It's me. Hey, guys. Let's change all the audio right before the show.
Right.
I bought a new mic. I
Hey.
thought the show last week sounded like shit,
Hey,
so I bought a new
what's
mic.
this piece go to? I don't know. You open the box. What's this piece go to?
No, you're stupid because I had two cords, and I said
What was
they both
longer?
came with the fucking. Well, what is that? It's a cord to the headphones. Oh,
That he was holding under the table in his
no!
lap. And I'm
I
like,
had it-
what
I
cord
had
are
it
you
up-
talking about?
I had it up here. You're just a dumb. You're just a dumb person.
Just the dumb. Just overall, you idiot.
Yep.
Thanks for helping out, moron.
Wait till he hears his audio this week.
I mean, then
All
just
that
don't post
static
the
every
show.
time he talks.
He'll be like, God damn it, dude. I bought this new mic, and it doesn't make me sound... Why do I sound like a 3-year-old?
I doubt it. I doubt it will be
I don't
that
know,
bad.
man. Your pitch sounds weird.
Does it? I mean, just fucking do it. I will
Was that like
quit
one
the
of those
show
little
right
harmonicas?
now.
No, it's not great. Yeah, we're good.
I'm just waiting for the roasting to end.
Oh, that'll never end.
Die before that happens.
That'll never end.
So it's been a week, I guess. Last week we had the snack show.
No, I mean, it has literally been a week.
I
There's no
was-
I guessing.
I used
7 days from now
I used to
will
say,
be another week.
I used to say it's been a week on my other show, and just to be like, it's been a week. Like it's been a week.
It does go by quick. Like it's like, wow, it's Saturday already. What the fuck happened?
I know you were like, I don't want to message him today, so I guess, but now I have to fucking go over there. Jesus Christ!
I know. It's much easier when I can just get this done at 10 in the morning. Not even awake yet. Just
know.
get it out of the way. I
I
spend the
know.
rest of my day happy.
Sorry, I think in March we can go back to that schedule. All right. So, anyways, we watched some movies, I guess. Did you watch any movies?
I did.
What'd you watch?
Yeah. I was able to take a gander at Megan.
When you say a gander, did you not finish it? It was
No,
like the
I
shortest
did.
fucking movie.
I did watch. I did
watch.
watch it.
Okay.
I don't like. It was a fun movie to watch. I don't know if I was as excited as maybe like you guys were about it.
I think it was a fun theater experience.
Maybe.
It's not a good movie. I
It's-
mean,
it's
I think
not
we both
great.
admitted it's not great.
Very.
I think it's just
it's
fun.
like we were talking about earlier. I mean, it's super predictable.
Oh, for sure.
You know exactly what's going to happen. You know exactly what the storyline's going to be. You know, with you're like, okay, she's going to malfunction. And she's gonna get a brain, and she's going to start like acting normal.
Right.
And, I mean, but it's a fun movie. It's fun.
Yeah, I mean, you're gonna get PG-13,
Yeah.
and you're not gonna see any of the real kills. Everything was spoiled in the trailer. I mean, really, honestly, just all trailer stuff. So, I mean, it's just one of those things. Like, it's a fun movie to be there. Like, they knew what they were doing. They threw it out there. They made it accessible to everybody, and now it made a ton of money, and they're gonna get Megan 2.0.
I'm trying to. I know, and they left it with the stupid.
Well, it's already been announced.
Alexa thing on the counter. You knew that. You're like, oh Jesus, we're getting another one.
I didn't think it was. Oh Jesus! Bad.
It's tough though because I'm trying to so I keep a list of the movies that I've seen, so I know
Why don't you
what
just
I've
use your
what I've
letterbox?
It's on a notepad.
That's what
because
I'm.
It's
That's
very
what
small
I.
list.
That's where I keep it. So I'm keeping it by year, so I can see what I watched that came out like this year. So obviously that's the first movie that I've seen that came out in 2023, and scrolling through movies and I'm just like, nope. Just nothing exciting that has come out yet that I even want to watch.
Yeah, which we'll get into with a knock on the cabin door.
What the hell is that movie?
dumbass.
Knock on the Woods?
Knock on the door. Knock on the cabin in the
Batista's forehead.
Knock on the Woods.
woods. Knock on
Knock
the
on
wood.
the cabin? Is it Knock on the Cabin?
I think it's I'll look it up before we get into it. It's
Knock on the cabin door.
Knock on the Woods would have been a better title.
No, it wouldn't. It's a terrible title.
That's a good title.
Does any other title save this movie from the trash that I can already imagine that it probably is?
Dude, do we want to get into that right now? I mean he's watched... What else did you watch before we...
Our movie.
Okay, so we're good.
It is Knock at the Cabin.
Okay, so Knock at the Cabin came out last week. And Aaron and I went and saw it. What did we go see it? Friday night or Thursday night? I don't even remember anymore.
But it was...
it was Thursday night because I had recorded that night, and then I had met you, and we went to...
I recorded that night, everybody.
Okay. Did you plug our show? Did you plug it?
Yeah, I mean, hey, it's the only listeners we get.
Well, I'm trying. I'm doing my best. So I recorded, then we went out and saw it. We got a late show.
Yes, I was recording.
No issues. No weird people in there. Actually, you know what? No, I'm not going to... No, hold on. There was a weird fucking person in the theater.
There was?
So Aaron and I sat in a row. I picked the seat to the left of Aaron, and then there was a gap of one seat, and then next to me was some younger dude, probably early 20s, if anything, and his girlfriend. This guy... I swear this is the first movie he's ever been to. Like, he didn't know anything about anything. He was, like, excited about the dumbest things in the trailers. He didn't know about snakes on a plane, so he was looking it up as, like, the pre-roll was going.
Really?
He didn't know anything about these motherfucking snakes on these
No.
motherfucking planes?
No clue. And it was weird because he was like, I didn't know this movie existed. I'm like, you idiot, I hate you so much. And then halfway through the movie, he gets up. I think he's going to the bathroom. You were just glued to the screen because it was such a great movie. Probably sleep. This guy gets up.
Marvel.
It's Marvel Snap.
I might have been playing Marvel Snap.
So he gets up and goes over to the other side of his girlfriend. I don't know if you can lift up. You can't lift up the seat.
No, because it's always a struggle for me every time.
He sits down and she sits on his lap. See, they're sharing one seat. And I'm like, get the fuck out of here. Just go away.
They're like,
If
this is our first theater
you wanted to
experience.
cuddle, go to like a Harkins. Lift up the arm and do whatever. It was the weirdest thing. And at the end of the movie, me and Aaron are both like, all right, well, that was fucking trash. And I walk by and this guy goes, I really enjoyed that movie. And I'm like, I need to get out of here. I even told Aaron, like, the second me and Aaron got into the lobby, I was like, that guy said he really enjoyed that movie.
Normie dorks enjoy bad movies.
It was so bad.
I can just see Jordan now. Just like I hear like the Chris Benoit theme coming on in his head.
Fucking Stone Cold Steve Austin. I'm just breaking glass and gonna go fucking whoop his ass or something.
Who's Chris Benoit?
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, explain that story.
So, long story short, he's a wrestler that like went crazy and killed his wife and son.
His mentally handicapped son.
okay.
That makes that story even worse.
You
Did you
see-
not know?
you
Was
see
that a
the-
legit question?
Yeah, I
Have you
did
seen
not
the
know.
Have you seen
Oh
the
my
TikToks with the Elmo, and the other one, and the one's chirping in the background, and it shows Elmo and he's just staring off, and it plays that song.
No.
Oh my god.
That's the Chris
Benoit
Benoit
was
theme.
I think I might have heard
Because it's like, oh,
that.
I'm gonna snap and I'm gonna kill my fucking
Wasn't it,
family.
like, wasn't his like special move was like the 4-leaf clover
The
or
Crippler.
something? The Crippler. Oh my god, I used to love watching that. And then like
it was just like he just put his hands around their face.
As a person with a baby and a
he
toddler,
probably did that in life too.
I would never kill my family, but I sympathize with those
Oh
people.
my god.
I'm kidding.
I would never kill my family. However,
However, I would shake the shit out of him.
Chris Rock.
Right.
Everybody.
So cabin. What was it? Knock at the cabin.
Knock at the cabin door.
It's the most predictable movie. It's the most boring ass movie. Nothing saves this, and apparently they changed
not even the
ending.
twist.
There's no twist.
It's exactly what you
the
get.
twist is that M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong
Just took
decided
a lot of money from people.
he didn't want the ending from. I guess it's a book or at least a short story or something like that. So he changed the ending from what the ending
Do you know what
was.
the ending was?
Yeah, it's the ending I said should have happened. That should have been the twist. So the idea is that there's these 3 people, 2 dads and a daughter, out in the woods, vacationing in the middle of the woods because that's what gay couples do with their Chinese daughter. They go out into the middle of the forest. That never happens. So worst part of the story so far. And then
Yeah, they
you
go
know,
to Queen Creek.
Hey.
That's a Holmberg reference if anybody's listens.
Nobody listens.
Quiet. I've heard the reference. Anyway, we're not going to get into that.
Yeah,
Lose-
that's a
gonna
go
lose
go
people.
find your own information on that one.
Flags of our fathers. Anyway, so then Batista comes up to the little girl, starts making, you see this stuff in the trailer. And then she goes running in, gets the dads, can't open the door. He said, we got to let him in. And then all of a sudden, the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse come, because that's obvious from the fucking get-go.
Chris Benoit?
He's part of the
I think he was part of the 4
Shit,
horsemen of the
this is a
apocalypse.
fucking wrestling movie the whole time.
It all comes around, ties together.
It's all the Chris Benoit podcast. It's like one of those true crime broadcasts, and we're just going into fucking Chris Benoit. And it just, the story is so predictable. There's no tension there. They set up so much misdirection that never pans out. Like, it never really fucking hits home, because the idea is that, okay, your family has to make a choice. You have to pick one of the 3 to kill. You guys have to do it. We can't do it. We're just here to kind of talk you into it. And you have to do it to save the world, save the apocalypse. And every time you say no, one of us has to die. And then a plague gets set on the world. So something happens. They say no.
I'll take my chances.
Well, that's exactly what they got. So you got the hot-headed father, and then you got the less hot-headed father, and then you get the little girl. And so the first thing happens. They say no. So fucking Ron Weasley gets on his hands and knees, says, "I'm fucking scared," puts on a hood, and they beat him to death in front of his family. They're all tied up, so they beat him to death. They pull him out, and the first plague happens. Giant wave hits the coast. Like an earthquake happens, giant wave hits the coast of like Oregon. But the problem is they try to misdirect you by showing you on the TV that's happening. But the first earthquake happened 4 hours prior. And it's showing, saying, hey, this happened 4 hours ago. This is on a time delay. So it's trying to set up like, well, no, you guys aren't really telling the truth. You knew this was going to happen, and you're using this as an excuse.
They're faking it.
They're trying to fake the family out or set up some kind of tension that never fully pans out. And it never really feels like it's fake. None of it feels fake. Because you're sitting there going, well, I saw the trailer. I saw planes flying around in the sky and all this shit. So none of it feels like they set up anything that really is going to become this twist, like it was never really a thing. They're just a fucking crazy cult. Or they try to set up these threads like they do flashbacks to the gay couple's like marriage or dating and stuff like that.
They're the worst. They don't do anything.
They don't do
flashbacks. Do nothing.
They do nothing. All they do is they set up is that the one dad is kind of an asshole because he got beat up in a bar by the Ron Weasley character. Okay. That's the only real connection. Nobody else connects. I thought for some reason Dave Bautista would be the bartender in that bar, and like all of them happen to be in that bar at that time. But no, none of that pans out.
Bautista's the only good thing about the whole movie.
He's great, and he's even not that good.
And you know what's funny is when M. Night Shyamalan or Ari Aster or these directors, I can't stand their movies, come out with a movie, I get really excited.
I want it to be good.
And I'm like, oh, remember when you did The Sixth Sense? That was such a good movie.
That's the problem that we have, though, is that they had... I'd say maybe what he had two
Signs.
two decent movies.
So because we got Unbreakable, we got Sixth Sense.
Well, yeah,
but see, Sixth Sense is one of those one and dones. And now that
those
it's
are
been
the ones
so
that I
long,
consider like his good ones.
Signs, and then
I thought Signs was
and then I
okay.
would say Split is good. The rest of them weren't as good. Like the whole Split connectivity.
But it's kind of like the Catch Fire.
Trilogy.
You know, I think they keep funneling money to this guy, hoping that he makes another Sixth Sense.
Was good.
You know?
I thought Split was good.
I liked Unbreakable. Unbreakable is one of my more beloved movies that he's done.
Fucking Haley Joel Osment crying about nothingness. It's like, fuck off, dude. I don't know, man. It was just like, whatever.
Yeah, this movie was a lot of just eh. And so we left the movie, and okay, so the whole premise is they got to kill
Remember
someone.
The Village?
I hated The Village.
Everyone
It's
did.
the worst. So then at the end, it turns out Dave Bautista is like, okay, all the other 3 had died. They beat them to death. All these plagues happen. They're starting to kind of realize, well, maybe they're not fucking lying. Dave Bautista leads them out to the yard. He goes, I want to do this outside. He goes, once I do this, you have minutes to decide whether or not to actually go through with it. It's up to you now. Sorry. Slits his own throat, dies in front of him, and then all of a sudden that last plague starts happening. Lightning everywhere, earthquakes, all this shit. And then they realize, oh, shit, we got to do something. Let's not do it. One's trying to say, no, I'd rather walk the fucking barren earth with my family because I love you so much. The other one's like, this is our purpose. Let's fucking do it. And
they drank the Kool-Aid.
One of them gets killed. He kills one of them, and then the shithead, hothead, asshole fucking husband leads the daughter away, and the plagues have stopped. The world has already fucking lost a tons of people.
That's the twist.
Well,
That
no,
wasn't a twist.
No, and then that's it. And they drive off into the fucking sunset.
Exactly what they said was going to happen happened. That doesn't.
There's no
that's
twist
not
to it.
Twist.
You just get to the end, you're like,
No, because
Yep.
See, here's the thing.
all right.
The twist for me, and I said this to Aaron, and we kind of had a chuckle in the hallway walking out, is that the twist would be that the two gay guys look at each other and be like, all right, cool, and then murdered the fucking little Asian kid right in front of everybody. And that would have been like, holy shit, they actually went through with it. But no, they didn't. And when you read about the original ending, apparently she dies. Like, she dies, but they didn't kill her,
Right.
so it didn't count. And then they have to do it. It's so stupid. Like, first of all, the original story sounds god-awful terrible.
That
I'm gonna
sounds
listen
like a
to
better
it
ending.
Yeah, I'm going to listen to it on audio, book on tape.
Yeah, I didn't even know it was an original thing. And then just for them to change it, made some kind of pseudo-happy ending to the world was almost about to end because they were too stubborn to fucking do something about it. I just, none of it was full attention. None of it was worth it. Nothing paid off. And at the end, you just feel like, okay, that exists, but I'm never going to watch this again.
Loves to take things that already exist and make them worse.
Yeah,
So,
pretty much.
I feel like this is one of these movies where I can, like, I don't know if you do the same thing I do. Like, sometimes I'll put myself in that and go, well, okay, like, what am I going to do in that situation?
I'd snap his neck so quick.
I would just be like, do it. Like, I'll risk it.
Yeah.
Go for
You're
it.
boring like that.
Risk it as in let the world end, see what happens?
Yeah.
Well, then you would be the guy that ends up being the fucking savior of the movie, apparently, because he killed the husband. Because
See?
The other one was
I
like...
don't think you would. I think if 4 people showed up to a cabin in the woods and fucking tied you and
It said, kill
Krista and
kill
your
my wife or my children or a plague is going to happen, I'd be like, let it happen, bro.
I don't know. You're not going to look at Gabby and be like, no, you gave me a lot of shit growing up.
Yeah.
You
know?
If anyone's going to
Right,
go,
that's
it's
what
gotta
I'm
be
saying.
you.
So
You know what I mean? Like,
you would let everyone die?
let the world die or keep your family for the last...
But how do you
bits.
choose? That's like saying, like, if I held your 2 sons up to you and I'd be like, you got to kill one of them.
Oh, Harrison, he's been here less.
He cries a lot.
He's so easy. He's got no fucking neck muscles. Like,
Yeah.
it's so fast.
I'm bringing this up in like 10 years. I'll be like, want to hear what your dad said
That's
about
fine.
you on a
It's
podcast?
on an audio medium. You could play it for him.
Right. That's how he goes to bed at night. It's on a
He just
loop.
listens
It's
to
the only bit of post audio that he's actually clipped.
Just cries
it's just
himself
you
to
saying,
sleep.
"I killed my son."
Are you listening, Harrison? Are you listening? If I had to choose today, goodbye.
When you listen to this in 10 years and I've already been dead for 7,
Right.
this is how you remember me. That'd be great.
No, I loved you very much, but you cry a lot.
You cried a bunch.
Daddy's going through a phase right now.
Sorry you were teething and I can't watch fucking movies during the day.
No, that's not it at all. It's like
Diapers? Fuck you.
God damn it, kid. I was trying to play fucking
Marvel.
yeah, Marvel. Jesus Christ.
No, man, it's not even that. It's like I have to go pee.
Okay.
Ah! Like the loudest screams. And then Kim always texts me, "Is everything okay out there?" And it's like,
I'm telling you, it's the fucking something's on fire on the stove. He's like running around. The dogs are like trying to run
fucking
the
Michael Keaton,
leash
Mr.
around
Bob,
him
dude.
or something. Yeah,
It's like this, like shit's like boiling over. The iron is no.
Parker's got no like pants on. There's shit all over the walls. I mean, it's gonna be one
yeah.
of those
And then
things.
I have to deal with Parker too. So I'm in the middle of him just screaming no at me all the time for everything. And I'm just
It's
like,
funny because you said that text the other day. It's like, man, I can't get anything done. I'm like, welcome to parenthood. It doesn't stop.
Welcome to that
You can
fucking
get
role.
stuff done when they're asleep, and you're already too tired to do it.
And they'll never sleep at the same time.
all I wanted to do was I know that. All I wanted to do was play Hogwarts Legacy. I even said
You'll
to myself,
never get to
I have 3 days. I've touched it for 2 hours on Thursday night. And that is it.
It's going to be like 8 years from now when they're kind of old enough to like play in the room by themselves, and Aaron's going to pull out Hogwarts Legacy, and he's going to be like, "I never got to play this.
My time is
And then
now.
all of a
gonna
sudden,
pop
he
it
pops
in.
it in, and they start yelling and screaming.
Hogwarts Legacy 5's out.
he jumps on like some
vintage
fucking
game.
Reddit group, and people are like, "Dude, we stopped playing that like fucking 8 years ago, bro."
Poser.
Yeah, it only took me 32 hours to beat 100% the thing. So,
But yeah, no, I did not enjoy that movie.
No, it
was
wasn't
not
a
a
good
rewatch
movie.
for me. It's not something I'd own. I'm. You're right. Shyamalan has done this thing where no matter what piece of shit he puts out, I still kind of want to see it, and I don't know what it is because he has made more movies that have burned me than have given me any goodwill toward his directing.
You're waiting for the Sixth Sense, man. You're waiting for that.
I don't
that
even-
number 2 payoff.
It's not even this. Yeah, I mean maybe, but even then, now it's like
It's the only movie that I can remember seeing from him that I was shocked.
Yeah,
I was like,
you don't really
I
notice
didn't figure that out. Then you watch the movie again, and you're like, oh, it's so fucking obvious.
Well, yeah, you start to really know. You're like, oh yeah,
I was in high school and I was spoiled, immediately spoiled.
that sucks.
So
That's a fun twist to like experience firsthand and not know.
I didn't think they
But
were
now
telling
it's like-
the truth. So when it did happen, I was like, oh, okay. But yeah, somebody had already told me.
Oh, that sucks. But yeah, hated the movie. Didn't want to see it again.
That's why I spoil myself. It's like
you're
therapy
preemptively spoiling everything.
It's a therapy session.
Like you stroking that
Like
fucking
a-
pole
like a
right now. What are you doing?
Jerking off his
I
mic
just
stand.
wanted to see you guys.
See, so when he talks about like it just fell on its own, no, that is the reason you did it on your like things break.
Oh, no,
'Cause
no,
you
I
can't,
just did
You
that.
have
No,
to
I
have
didn't-
your hands touching something
Listen,
constantly.
listen.
I watched you on your phone a minute ago doing something, and now you're
I was
stroking
looking
that
something
pole.
up.
What were you looking? Nothing. No, just kidding.
No, I'm looking up
kidding.
my
Don't touch your
letterbox
phone.
because I've watched so much shit. In order to remember it, I have to. So I'm doing the 365 thing, and I'm doing good. I've watched a movie a day, and even though I have to sometimes watch like fucking a million movies a day, but I watched The Sliding Doors, which I told you about. I
Right.
watched Belly. I want to talk about that stuff.
It's crazy. You're catching up on movies I remember watching like
that we've seen.
Like
Yes.
right outside of high school when I was working at like Hollywood Video, and I remember watching all these, and I remember the box for Sliding Doors, and I'm like, you've never seen that? Like it's been fucking 30 years.
But I have like 7 movies to talk about. Did you?
I watched Bubba Hotep because I got the 4K that just released. It's a good transfer. I mean, it looks gorgeous. It's a fun movie. If you've never seen it, please check it out.
I've
It's a
never
fun
seen it.
one. You haven't seen Bubba Hotep? Please watch it. I know you own
Box
it.
is right there.
I was gonna say, I know you got it.
That's it.
What else did I watch? I've been watching a lot of TV stuff. So I've been watching Last of Us, which is really, really good.
I'm just gonna wait till the end of the season. I've decided.
Yeah, I mean it's only 8 episodes. I mean it's going to be done by mid-March because it's going to overlap like by a week or two with
You're opening your gifts.
It's Aaron's mailbag. What did Aaron? That's the new segment. We just say what did Aaron get in his box
Do you guys
today?
wanna
He'd never be able to do it. I
guys
say
want
if we could do that, save every fucking box that comes from
the cord.
from Sunday to Saturday,
I even
do
get him
that.
to hold on snacks
and we just
sometimes.
open all of his boxes.
wanna
every
eat
week.
it.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
I wanna
ate
try
them.
those, by the way.
Oh, you are going to try them. They're delicious.
And then I've been watching TV. I watched the first episode of South Park last
that was
night.
fucking hilarious.
Fucking hilarious. It's a good start to this new season. And then I've been watching Fringe. I've been rewatching Fringe, which is kind of fun.
Josh Hartnett? No. Who am I thinking of?
You're thinking of Pacey.
Pacey.
But yeah, I've been watching that. So, and then I watched our movie, which is gonna be fun to talk about.
In my
I
mailbag
love
this week,
This
I got the Jalo Essentials White Box, which, if you don't know,
Why
is
the white
not
box?
as good at basketball as the other Giallo box.
there's a black, a red, and a yellow. Those are the colors of Jalo.
Yeah,
I also got Bubba Hotep.
Bubba Hotep. There you go.
I also got The Return of Swamp Thing.
Oh, with
Heather Locklear.
Heather Locklear.
And then I also got, which I didn't even know I wanted,
I
is what you're holding.
Yeah.
I don't even know what it is. That's why I'm asking for it back. Fists of Legend,
Fucking Jet Li, man.
and that's why I bought it. Tai Chi Master with Michelle Yeoh
So, Fist of Legend
you know
is my favorite.
that
Jet
Michelle
Li movie.
Yeoh
was in Crouching Tiger, Hidden
Yes.
Dragon.
Holy
Yes, I did know that.
shit! Is that
Well,
news?
This is
When it feels like breaking.
this is a joke because on my other podcast that I did long ago.
Wait, you did another podcast?
with a friend that is long dead.
Rest in peace.
Yes, rest in peace. He got married to a sea creature.
Do we need to?
and,
Do we need to get a little candle for him?
Yeah, we
get him a
should.
candle. We just light it every time we start recording.
Put it next to the Tarantino.
Unfortunately, he was a complete and total codependent moron and took on the personality of the bitch that he married.
It's weird that you say "was" as if it's not still.
Right,
going
I'm sure
on.
it's still a thing. But anyways, Tai Chi Master. One of Quentin Tarantino's favorite martial arts. That's why I bought it.
Oh,
and
yeah,
Michelle
no
Yeoh's in
shit.
it. And anyways, we did a movie segment on my last podcast, and we picked Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon because none of us had seen it. And I said, "Oh, Michelle Yeoh's in that," and I did not know.
That's funny.
So
Yes,
now, anytime I see a movie that Michelle Yeoh's in, I'm just
Fist
like, "Hey, did you know she was in Crouching Tiger and Hidden Dragon?"
Fist of Legend is one of my favorite Jet Li movies. There's a sequence in there where he's fighting somebody, and the wind kicks up and dust hits their face, so they put like blindfolds on, and then they're doing kung fu fighting blindfolded. It's so fucking good.
Oh, I'm gonna watch
like
it.
it's one of my favorites. Like that one is fantastic.
You better
So-
pick it for the show.
No,
since you've
I've
seen
already
it.
seen it.
Yeah, but you saw Whatchamacallit.
Yeah, and you decided to
Oh,
make
that's
new rules
right.
and ban it, so
I
I
banned
can't.
it.
I can't pick.
I don't
it.
think I've
rules
seen
banned.
really any terrible kung fu movies, man. There's all like
Oh,
they're
there's
all
bad kung fu, but
I mean they're bad
fun.
but good. Yeah, I mean they're all fun to watch.
yeah, I know. I need to dip into my my box sets that I got and watch some
Shaw
of
Brothers.
the old Shaw Brothers movies.
Maybe we should start picking stuff from there.
Not this week.
No. So I watched The King of Comedy, which I guess you wanted to pick for the show, but
I've never seen it. I know we've talked about it.
Yeah,
no
it-
one's ever seen it, and you're like, "Fuck you, the show's not."
it was
important.
on Hulu.
I'll
and
buy
I
all the equipment, but I won't watch any movies that we all matter.
I honestly thought you had seen it. That's
Nope.
why I watched it. It was on Hulu, and I watched it, and it is fucking fantastic. If you've seen the Joker and you like the Joker, you'll love it. It's not. So I made that comparison, but it's only maybe the first 10 minutes.
A lot of people have made that comparison, though. So
Yeah.
like, it's not like you made that and like that's the only time it's ever come up.
Right. I
Everyone
know.
compares it to it.
But
It's
what
weird.
and I thought that too. I said, "Oh, okay, I'm going to watch this because I heard it's like the Joker. I like the Joker." So I watched it. Yes, the first 10 minutes is exactly like the Joker. The rest of the movie is completely different. The only thing that,
Oh, so you're saying I like this one?
yeah, I think you will. Jerry Lewis is in a serious role in this, and he's really good.
Huh.
And it's that talk show. You know, in the Joker with like all the talk show, and he kills.
Yeah, toward the end. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like that, like the same premise. Like he's obsessed with a talk show star, and he wants to like. You can't differentiate whether it's reality. It's kind of like Taxi Driver, where you don't know if it's like
What really happened.
what's really happening.
Okay.
If is he really dating this person? Like to the point, like he's so delusional. Like he takes a date to like this guy's house, and the dude, like she's like,
Well,
"Oh,
I mean,
he said you invited us," and he's like, "I don't even know this guy."
well,
so.
if you really think about it, the Joker steals from all of that shit.
Yeah.
Like he was obsessed and was like getting into what was her name, Zazie Beetz' character, and then all of a sudden she was never having these conversations with him. It's fucking Taxi Driver. It's King of Comedy. That's why I think Joker is terrible. You took a character that should have been part of the Batman lore, you fucking separated it completely, and then decided to make it some stupid fucking ripoff of 70s movies from, that were good, and you made it some bullshit thing.
Is it a
Like, I
ripoff
hate it.
or is it an homage?
No, it's a fucking ripoff.
Okay. Joker's good. Anyways,
Moving on quickly.
yeah, because there's no point in arguing. We're not going to change each other's minds. I watched I Love My Dad even though I fucking can't
Hate My
stand Patton Oswalt. I watched this movie because I'd heard very good things about it, and it's pretty good. I'm not gonna just because I don't like one person, I'm not gonna hate on it. But it reminded me. Did you ever see World's Greatest Dad with Robin Williams?
Yes.
It very similar.
Is that the one where it's like
He catfishes his son.
Yes.
Because he won't. Wait, World's Greatest Dad is the one where his kid dies and he
Kids
publishes
die, yeah.
paper, and then it's a way for him to connect with his son type of
Yes.
thing, even though he's dead. This one, his son doesn't die, but he catfishes his son. He's got to keep this illusion, and then it's just like any movie that's an hour and 30 minutes like that.
That's horrible.
But it's actually a very touching, coming of age, drama about
Coming of age.
parenthood. No, and it's pretty good. I would recommend it. It was free online, so I mean,
Okay.
it's not like you got to go out of your way to find it.
I do like Free.
Free is always good.
Now you're talking.
I watched the greatest beer run ever. It's Farrell Brothers.
Fairly Brothers?
Farley Brothers. Yeah, that's sorry. But it's only one of them.
Yeah, because the other one I think retired.
Oh, okay. So
Maybe.
So it's a fairly
it's a Farrell.
It's a Farrell brother.
Farrell brother.
Farrell.
I heard about this movie last year, and I thought the premise sounded really stupid. And it's not a good movie, but I
So
think
you were right. Got it.
no. But it's based on a true story, and it kind of shows politics from both sides of the aisle during the Vietnam War, and I liked that a lot about the film. But the film itself is just this dude goes to Vietnam to take his buddies all beer, and but there's more about the war and stuff, and then the hippies and stuff that are fighting at home, and then the soldiers who got drafted and stuff like that, and they all have their own opinions and stuff like that. And I it's an Apple TV Plus movie. It's free, like I said, so I just threw it on. It's 2 hours. It hangs around about 30 minutes too long, but it's I don't know. If you wanted to watch it, I wouldn't. I'd like to talk about it. It's fun.
Okay.
I watched Plane. It's a bad movie, but I loved it.
I wanted to watch it, and I never got around to it. I saw it last night, and I was like, okay, I got to watch our movie. And then I saw it on soap. I'm like, I should watch Plane.
You should have instead of
I'll
our movie.
watch
Even though I really liked our movie, I think
Plane would be a better conversation.
yeah, it's just fun to watch. But
I'll watch Plane.
Plane's going to be one of those guilty pleasure movies that any time it's playing on any screen, I'll just stand there and watch it. But it's
Gerard Butler,
it's
man.
terrible.
I'll watch everything he does now.
But you got to see the last 10 minutes of this film. It's fun. It's insanely bonkers, and for that I couldn't go higher than a 2.5. But the movie itself is a ton of fun. So I recommend if you are into that. It's about a guy who's like he gets canceled pretty much, so he has to take like a shitty shift as a pilot, and because he was caught on camera beating the shit out of a passenger who was being unruly, and
So a hero.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to say, sounds logical to me.
so and then he winds up crash landing on this island, and the passengers get kidnapped, and he and one other man
Well,
are
and
the only ones who can save them.
here's the I wouldn't say twist. It's in the trailer, I think. The other man that he has to group up with was, I believe, a prisoner
He
of
was,
like
but they get past
whatever
that very fast.
that was being transported. So it's like Con Air meets fucking like some kind of rescue-y fucking movie.
Kind of.
And then everyone gets kidnapped except for him, and then he's like, I got to team up with the black convict, and it's like, okay, well, give me a gun, and then it's like, yeah.
Yeah. Well,
And I know you've seen it, but that's what the trailer,
that is what the trailer
immediately sets
is
up, and I'm
setting
okay
up,
with it.
But they ditch that storyline so fast. It's not, they're like, yeah, he was a convict. But he didn't really do anything. So
It's not that bad.
Yeah.
It's one of those halfway through the movie, they're like, what were we talking about again?
Right.
Scott and I and like the family watched The Running Man.
Yes.
I can't.
I
believe
had never
You've
seen
never
it.
seen The Running Man?
I loved it.
It was one of my favorite movies.
I loved it.
Back when
I
it
thought
came
it was
out.
Sub-Zero is not plain zero.
well.
So many one
That's
I
what
love
I was
it.
going to say. Is like
So good.
I think I read something like he couldn't
Fucking
do
Richard
dialogue or he couldn't act, so they just gave him one-liners throughout the whole movie.
Oh, yeah.
So, and I really, really, really enjoyed it, especially the part where he goes, "I'll be back," and you're like, "Oh, okay.
Oh, you get- I
That's
get
how he
it.
said the thing from the thing.
I can't believe you've never seen that.
It's
That's
such
fucking
fun,
great.
Such a fun
So
movie.
we watched that, and then the next day I woke up and I turned it on, and it was suggested that because my TV was still on the screen for The Running Man, where you know how they say at the bottom like, "Oh, you like that?" So you
Right.
might-
Watch another thing.
I watched The Warriors, which I had seen. I've
okay.
seen 100 times,
I
but
love that movie.
but I hadn't seen it in a couple years. I rewatched it. It's a masterpiece.
That movie's a 10 out
I
of 10.
really need people like if you've never seen The Warriors and if you've never like haven't revisited in a while, dude, that movie is so fucking good. And I had my baby the whole time, and I was just like glued to the TV. Like I think my kid was like, "Dad, please love me" or something. And I was like,
No.
get out of here for another
Stiff arm.
40 minutes while the Warriors got to get back to Coney Island.
Screaming, can you dig it at the TV?
I was gonna say, yeah. Parker's in the
Well,
kitchen with two bottles. Clink,
this
clink,
is-
clink.
He's sticking,
Dad,
he's sticking knives in the toaster
come
and
out
shit.
to play.
So it's funny you said that because he finally settled in and started watching the movie, which was probably terrible for him.
yeah, you probably shouldn't.
But
I mean, there's no real.
there's
There's some
hooker
stuff.
And, like,
He's
gets
not
beat
gonna
up and-
remember it.
She's not a hooker.
no,
but
he's
she's
gonna
like
be a
whore.
baseball fury now for the fucking Halloween. That'd be great.
That would be fucking awesome. But no, he the part where the guy's clinking and he's like
Yeah.
at the end, he's like, "Dad, he started doing it. Come out and play, Dad. Come out and play." I was like,
He's actually
This is my
outside on
son.
a jungle gym. He's like, could you please pay attention to me?
Staring in the neighbor's window.
we did
Come
the
out
jungle
and
gym for a couple
play.
hours the other day. I watched Sliding Doors. I only want to bring this up because it's such a weird movie. Like, I feel like this is apparently what made Gwyneth Paltrow famous, but her accent is so bad in the movie that it's like, how did this make you famous? You're terrible accent in this.
Is that what made her famous? Like
I heard that this
for
is
some
what
reason, like I always just remember her
propelled
being
to
there.
stuff. The movie I remember her in first was Shallow Hal, and I know that's not true.
Tenenbaums for me. I
Tenenbaums?
knew about her before. I think Tenenbaums was what made me actually kind of like her as an actress for like a hot minute.
Oh, okay.
And then I realized she's really not that
Well,
good.
what I meant was just like the first movie I remember seeing her in, like where because I knew she was a name, was like what fucking Shakespeare in Love
Yeah,
and
maybe, yeah.
and fucking and Shallow Hal.
I love Shallow Hal.
Yeah, everybody does.
Is that a members only
yeah,
jacket?
Yeah. Or what
are you, the last
member? Yeah, we know you're a normie. All normies love Shallow Hal, right? But anyways, yes, super depressing film. I stole your line on my Letterboxd review about God not wanting her to have kids, but
Right. It was just like, God just doesn't want her to have children, regardless of what path she decides to take.
only reason I watched it is because I thought my weakness.
7.
Time time.
Oh, she was in 7.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot she
Her
was
fucking
in
head's in a
7.
box.
Yeah.
What's in the
The
box?
best fucking part of the movie.
I totally forgot she was in 7.
Yeah,
but
I
Sliding
know.
Doors was before 7.
Yeah. No, Sliding Door 7 was 95. Sliding Doors was 95 for 7, and Sliding Doors was 98, the same year as Shakespeare in Love.
Oh, okay.
So Shakespeare in Love and Sliding Doors were the same year, and then 7 came out like 3 years prior.
Did you order a candle?
Weird. Who? Oh, no. Smells like my vagina. Or whatever. No, thank you. I don't know, man. I watched it because I thought it was a time, like a movie where you relive the same day over and over again, which is my weakness.
A loop movie.
Yeah, but then it was like not that, and I just kind of stuck with it, even though I really didn't like it.
She was in
But-
one of
But I did like it. I thought
the
it was all right.
2 movies that I've ever walked out in a theater.
Ooh, what are they?
She was in Possession, and I hate that movie. It was-
Possession.
yeah, with Aaron Eckhart. I went and saw this in the movie theater. It was
seen the
2002, and I fucking just left.
I've never seen it.
I wouldn't know what it's about. I left 20 minutes in.
What was
like
the
less-
other one? Iron Man 1.
No, it's one of your guys' favorite
I don't
movies,
even-
Hot Rod.
I don't
That's-
even remember.
Gwyneth
I
Paltrow's not-
walked
No,
out of
I said
one movie.
what I've walked out of. It's not a Gwyneth Paltrow movie. She is in one of the 2 movies
Got it,
I've
got it,
ever
got it.
left a theater.
You
And
left
actually,
the theater for Hot Rod?
I almost left your living room when you were replaying it last year.
Dude, it's so good.
I still hate it.
It's so
I'm
good.
sorry.
I don't even remember them one. I walked out of one movie and I don't even remember what it was.
I know all the movies
Schindler's
I've walked
List.
out of.
Yeah.
I
was like, this is
my
stupid.
aunt made me walk
It's
out
not
of
as funny as I
Cool
thought.
World and
Cool World. Wow, she left that one? That's not
well,
a good
my
movie,
aunt,
but it's fun.
I was a kid.
Well,
so
yeah.
I didn't think she knew what it was about.
Like, hey, do you want to go see a cartoon with me?
Let's go see a cartoon.
My
Oh,
aunt
these
made-
cartoons like the fuck.
my aunt made me walk out of Cool World, Bebe's Kids, and I still haven't seen Bebe's Kids.
She just
to
made
this
all
day.
kinds of bad. She's just like, oh, this is
I'm
animated.
not gonna lie. I don't think I've ever actually watched Baby's
I
Kids.
think
Like
we
I've
have-
seen clips
I think
and
we
I've
have to
seen
watch
things.
Bebe's Kids.
Let's do an
Have
animated
you
month
seen it?
again.
Yes.
We'll watch
Well,
Baby's.
2 of us have it.
Yeah, we'll watch Baby's Kids.
I have seen it.
And then I walked out of Nothing Like the Holidays with Alfred Molina because that movie is shit. And Body of Lies,
I remember that
which I think I was just having a bad day because I've since watched it again and it's very good.
Who's in that one? Is that a Madonna?
Leonardo
movie?
DiCaprio.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. That's
I think I was just bored out of my mind or I wasn't in the mood to be in the movie theater. I walked out and I was like, money back, please.
money, please.
Money, please.
That's crazy.
Oh,
I
also,
still can't believe you had never seen fucking Running Man. I know we're going backwards, but
sorry.
that's such a great movie. It's like such a great lines that I use like
Yeah.
all the time.
And then I watched Belly, and I have very mixed things about this. I don't know if this was like a big deal back in the day because I feel like
No,
it was.
It wasn't.
But it feels like
was
it
under the
was
radar.
because I see a lot of people talking about it now.
Well,
First,
it wouldn't have been big for
98.
Lily White gentleman over here.
No.
no,
This-
see,
this
you
was-
need
this
to,
movie was
you need
big.
to understand that these were my movies, though.
Well, yeah. I
was-
mean, I've watched.
You know,
the
it was all
fucking-
that stuff. But Belly was not like. I think they were trying to capitalize off of like the whole like dead presidents, like kind of that whole thing, and
Yeah.
it
Same
just
year
never
as
really.
Training Day.
Yeah, never really took off, man, because it was like they were like, "Oh, we're gonna get Nas and DMX. People are gonna love this movie."
Yeah.
Nope.
Well, and what I will say about this is both Method Man and DMX completely transformed because I knew it was DMX, but he didn't act like DMX. He wasn't barking, and I thought that's what. I thought that was what it was going to be, and. The first 10 minutes of this movie is fucking awesome. It's a music video. Way to go, Hype Williams. You
Yeah.
fucking directed a
did it.
hour and 30-minute music video. And the last 10 minutes of this movie is very, very, very good. So, in conclusion, Belly is not as good as I wanted it to be, not as good as it was hyped up to be. Get it? Because it's Hype Williams. But it was,
But
yeah, it was.
We'll insert the laugh track after.
yeah.
How dare you? How dare you?
Just that thing where they were talking about Friends, where somebody was like, "I'm gonna go back and redo Friends and take all the laugh track out, and then it's gonna be just a terrible TV show."
But joke's on them. Still a good TV show.
Nah, when you go back and watch it, some of it's still not that good.
I love Friends, so you'll never convince me otherwise.
I know.
It's a very good show.
I know.
anyways,
It's you and segregation.
we were just talking about we were just talking about ADD.
Friends and segregation. 2 things I can't ever talk you out of.
Okay. I just love Friends. You don't like Friends?
I didn't say I didn't like Friends, but some of them are not good
Why?
because they're not good.
This is now the Friends podcast. Why?
I'm sorry, I created that.
Please.
Some of the jokes are bad. Some of the situations
one
are bad.
bad joke.
Everything could have been solved with a conversation. This whole fucking premise of the whole breakup thing was dumb.
That
Like,
is
it's just,
has always annoyed me my
It's
whole
almost
Right.
like,
I'm
our, almost
just
like our
saying, like,
podcast.
It's fucking sidetrack. Yeah, it's just one of the. Yeah, it was like a conversation could have fixed everything.
We were on a break. They do have a conversation.
Yeah,
if I
8
was
years
Ross,
later,
I would have been like, "Hey, you broke up with me, and I went out and got drunk and had sex with somebody. If you don't want to be with me anymore, no big deal."
No, I wanna
It
go
went
fuck
away.
Paolo.
Good for it.
Jesus.
You called it back.
It's your can.
It's not my can.
Okay. Gwyneth Paltrow.
It's your safe word. Quick,
Somebody
pause it.
said
Gwyneth
it.
Paltrow.
Some people use pineapple. Aaron uses Gwyneth Paltrow.
Anyways,
Got an appointment to shove pineapples up Hitler's ass.
let's talk about our movie and get the fuck out of here. Right. So, I picked a movie based on a suggestion, and I think I liked it more than you guys did, but
See, if we don't engage with him and
Yes.
through text, we hated the movie more than
you don't engage with me
He
in
asked
through
me
text
this.
anyway. I
He
don't
asked
even
me
know
this
why.
in the kitchen yesterday. He was like, "Have you started watching the movie?" And I go, about halfway through it. He's like, well, "What do you think?" I'm like,
about halfway
"I don't
through
know."
it.
And he's like, "Are you fucking with me again?"
This is the Dr. Pepper strawberries and cream conversation with him
Yes.
and his wife over again. Like, if we don't tip our hand immediately, he hates us.
I don't hate you. I just don't know why I'm in a chat with.
I
both of
don't
you
want
and
to
no one talks
sway
to me.
anybody's opinion.
Anyways, you don't have to sweat. Listen, I've said this a million times. You telling me it's a good movie or a bad movie is not going to make me change my opinion on anything.
No,
Same
but I
with
think
you.
if he watches it beforehand and said that movie was a crock of shit, I think
You're expecting
you go
something.
in thinking, well, he thinks it's a crock of shit. Even though we don't care about his opinion, he sucks. I just, you know what I mean? Like,
Wait till you hear
it's
yourself
still
over
going to
your
get
phone.
into your
Yep.
head, man.
So we watched the 1987, directed by Jack Sholder. That guy is in it. The one
Kyle
guy.
MacLachlan.
Kyle MacLachlan.
That
Charlie
guy.
Skeen. Not Sheen.
Skeen.
He's like the ripoff version. Clu Gallagher's in it. And so is fucking Danny Trejo.
Danny Trejo was in it for a second. I saw a lot of actors
One
in this
split
movie
second.
The chick.
that I remembered seeing in other things, but I just had no idea they were going to be in this movie.
Yeah, and it's called The Hidden.
I want this car.
Jonathan Miller would never do anything to break the law.
I need the keys. Thank you. Bye.
He is a very fine, very honest gentleman.
Something strange is happening to some ordinary people.
Yeah, that's Jack. Real nice man. What'd he do, rob a bank?
He's a law-abiding taxpayer minding his own business. Killed 12 people, wounded 23 more, stole 6 cars, most of them Ferraris. If anybody deserves to go that way, it sure in the hell's him. I've worked homicide for 13 years. I have never seen anything like this. You trying to tell me that she's part of this?
Step out of the car slow.
I want answers, and I want them now.
Explanation won't help you.
I want to know why it takes 15 shots to take down some sold-out stripper. Why 3 law-abiding citizens all of a sudden go crazy and start killing people. We talking spacemen here?
Something gets in his way, he kills it. Finds a body, gets inside, uses it to move around.
Try for one on the tire. If you think this is easy, why don't you try it?
Bye.
I guess a career in the police didn't really prepare you for this, did it?
The Hidden.
You think it's over now? You're wrong.
It was, dude, first, what?
No.
Just the comeback.
Oh, man. The
Ah.
first 8 minutes of this movie is fucking
Just bonkers.
awesome. The dude's robbing a bank, shoots everybody in the the fucking bank, steals a car, kills a guy in a wheelchair.
That made me laugh, and I was like, "Well, shit, I have problems."
It's a Jesus peeking around the corner.
And then pretty early on in the movie, maybe in the first 12 minutes, you find out that there's a slug-like alien that looks like a spider that can transfer from person to person, kind of like that movie The Fallen with Denzel Washington.
Yeah,
but it's not a demon.
I mean, I get it. Yes,
I
get where you're going, but yeah.
Yeah, I guess the slug thing. Because when I was watching this movie, there's one I saw a long time ago with was it Michael or not Michael Douglas? God damn it! Why can't I think of his name from Big Lebowski?
Jeff Bridges.
Jeff Bridges, where it's kind of the same concept. Where
Starman.
Yes,
Starman.
Yep, I've never seen it.
Where the alien is like
great.
Yeah, jumping
I know
from
Carpenter.
Yeah, that's kind of what it made me think of.
Is that what he does in Starman? He jumps from person to person. But then also, it felt a lot like The Thing. Now,
very much.
You have to get past the fact that you can figure this movie out in the first.
The second you get Kyle MacLachlan's character, you figure out what the premise is.
Yeah, and it's revealed halfway through the film, so it's not like they're really trying to hide it from you.
Right.
But it's just this detective cat and mouse game trying to find this guy who can transfer bodies. They get shot a lot. There's a lot of bullets in this film. You know,
they had a giant squib budget.
Yeah.
They're like, let's load everything up with these squibs. Let's see what we can fucking shoot.
I like the concept that they used where you could just shoot the living shit out of them and they don't die. They just get to a point where like they have to inhabit another body once it gets so bad.
Yeah, you mangled it too much. I got to get into the new model.
Yeah.
What I liked, damn, you made me lose my train of thought, but that's okay. I like that they
squirrel.
Yeah, pretty much. They had like the switch in the bodies thing, but what I liked even more is the 80s trope where he's like, the guy's like, "Oh, you had the gun. Why couldn't you kill him with the special space gun?" And instead of just telling him or explaining him, he shoots him with the gun, and he's like, "Doesn't work on human flesh." What if that was the one time it worked on human flesh?
I mean, it fucking blew up the fucking the
wall. Yeah. So
real quick. So the last time we talked about this, when you announced this is what you're going to pick, I was making fun of Jack Sholder. Turns out we had already watched a Jack Sholder movie prior to this.
What was it?
Alone in the Dark.
Oh, okay.
That's a Jack Sholder movie because at the end you see the senator and his female assistant. She was in Alone in the Dark.
Yeah, she was.
This is a fucking... And this is I wouldn't say my issue with the Jack Sholder movies that we've watched, but this is something I've noticed. It skirts this line of it's either a really bad movie or it could be a really good movie. It is so, like, right down the middle. Like, I like this movie, but I could easily hate it, too. And it's just so weird, because I watched it and I'm like, God, that felt like Alone in the Dark, where it's just like, okay, that was fun. I don't think I'll watch it again, but that was fun.
I'd watch it again. I like seeing all, like, the L.A. stuff, because I like L.A., I guess.
First thing I thought, it was like, okay. Because everything kind of gets compared back to like the New Bev and the things that they do, and I'm like, this could easily be a double feature with the Thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Because, okay, again,
I like
they
Kyle MacLachlan
used
too.
sounds from the Thing when the alien was on the screen, like the whole like noises. I can't really do it, but it's from the Thing. I'm like, you stole sound effects from the other movie.
I'm okay with that.
And the premise is so easy to figure out within minutes. But it's still kind of fun to watch because the idea is like this creature's in a person, robs the bank, does all the crazy shit, and then he moves bodies. The LA detectives
makes them homicidal maniacs,
right?
Like when they get in the body.
There's no inhibition.
Just the one guy.
Well,
yes.
no, everybody became like super crazy.
No. Everybody that the alien inhabits, that alien makes them do crazy shit.
Right.
That's what he's saying. Before there's any confusion or fighting.
Yeah.
I'm stopping it before it happens.
Well, but what
there's
I'm
only
trying to
so
say
much tape
is,
we got.
The slug guy is a murderer from another planet.
Correct.
Who's using the bodies of humans to murder and kill because those are his wishes, not the humans' wishes.
No. That's what
Right.
he's saying. Like every person he's in, that's what they're
They
doing
become
crazy
this like
shit.
crazy.
So normally
crazy
on the
person.
outside, if you didn't know it was inhabited by an alien, you just think Marjorie's out fucking doing crazy shit.
Right.
So the idea is that this cop is trying to solve this murder or to solve the problem, and once they kill the first guy, he thinks, "Oh, we're done." Insert Mike. What's his face? Kyle MacLachlan's character. It's supposed to be FBI from Seattle coming in.
Leon or Leroy or
I don't know.
Something like that.
Hey, Aaron texted the name. He's like, Kyle, and then he used the character's last name. So I'm like, did you misspell it again? And then he said the last name. I was like, oh, so he was using the last name of the character, but Kyle MacLachlan's first name. But so then he comes in and he's
Gallagher.
like, Gallagher. So that's the FBI agent's name.
Yes. Here, Lloyd.
Yeah.
So now I lost my train of thought.
Sorry.
So then the FBI comes in to investigate this stuff because he's been tracking this alien. So you get the 80s, well, the FBI's stepping on my turf.
Yeah.
You know, the faster we get this done, the faster you get out of my town. And, like, there's a lot of butting heads immediately. And then the second they're like, hey, let's go here to do something, and they get in that Porsche, I'm like, Kyle MacLachlan's the alien, too. It's immediate. Like, he's very kind of stiff, and then he gets in the fucking car.
See, I figured it out. I think it might have been maybe it was it before that when he gets invited over for dinner.
That's after.
Was it after that? Okay.
That is after.
That's kind of where, like, it was confirmed to me that I was like, okay. He looks at his daughter, and the daughter gives like
that fucking
look,
vibe.
You know, because kids can smell aliens, apparently.
Well, dogs can fucking sense thunderstorms. Yeah, no, I get it. Kids are dumb. It's fucking raining outside. No shit, dog.
Yeah, she gives him this weird look, and I'm like, oh, okay, he's one of them. But I didn't realize that he was going to be like. I thought maybe like it comes out later that he was like one of the bad ones or something. But he was like one of the good aliens.
But he's not even like the slug alien. He's like some fucking golden glitter alien.
The golden glitter.
Yeah, when you
gold dust.
When you
another
wrestling reference.
The wrestling reference.
I know who that is. When you break it down, this is just a buddy cop film.
It is
kind of,
and where I like the end that he gives he moves into the dude's body to be like to be him, I guess.
Which is kind of fucking weird.
It is weird.
Because the wife doesn't know. She thinks she gets the husband back, and the daughter's like, you fucking asshole.
Yeah, the daughter, she's like, again, she's like, I can sense it.
But it's weird because the main actor that played the detective, he gave up the role of Martin Riggs in fucking Lethal Weapon. I'm like, oh, what a weird trajectory that would have been for you.
Wow.
I don't think that would have got multiple sequels. Like, if that guy was the lead in Lethal Weapon, I think it would have ended up being a generic buddy cop movie, and it wouldn't have been as popular. I think Mel Gibson, helped.
Dare you?
I'm telling you, Mel Gibson, I think, made that movie. And
or
the chemistry,
this guy could have been the new Mel Gibson.
No one cares.
He could have been making Apocalypto.
I doubt it.
Passion of the Christ.
Passion of the Christ 2, Electric Boogaloo.
Revenge of Jesus.
I think they are coming out with a second one.
Yes,
from what I hear,
I've heard about that.
Anyways, I don't know that there's a ton to talk about with this film because it's pretty straightforward. Buddy cop film. They find him, they kill him.
80s music,
fucking
aliens.
Everything that you think that is going to happen happens. There's a cool stripper scene where the chick's like, I love my boobs. And she's looking at him, and she's like, boobs are cool.
I thought first thing, I'm like, that'd be me.
Then gets out of the car.
Right? You look down, you're just like...
If I was in a woman's body, I'd be like, all right, I guess I'm playing with my boobs, man.
Why not?
She's just staring at the boobs.
Well, and the funny thing is that I guess the studio, maybe it was the studio, someone in the company didn't think she had good enough boobs for the movie, so they accentuated her ass. And it's why she had that outfit on where you could see her ass when she was walking down the street with a duffel bag full of, I don't know, money, guns. I don't know what she had. But, yeah, I keep saying this is a very 80s movie. It is. Like, the music, the setup, the premise, just everything about it screams the 80s. And that doesn't mean that's bad. I think that's what appealed to me because I love just old, dumb 80s
The acting
movies.
wasn't super terrible, though.
No.
Usually I would expect from, like, if I'm talking about an 80s movie and I'm like, okay, this is super 80s, you kind of expect, like, maybe some bad acting.
Maybe if it was one of those, like, what are you doing?
I'm not doing anything. Keep going.
He's got, like, pieces to his mic stand. He's, like, flaring them at me. Like, what does this piece go to?
I don't know why it fell apart. What are all these extra parts?
Just making sure it's not.
I'm telling you, fidget spinner.
Oh, Jesus.
Anyways, maybe you need a fidget spinner because I wasn't bothering
those
you
little
guys.
pop boards that he could, like, punch the little, like, fucking bubbles and shit.
The whole table.
Yeah.
That's how we, like, fucking make the
Marvel
room
Snap. Let me know when
soundproof.
you guys are
He's just
fucking
bubble
done.
wrap everywhere.
Oh, shit.
But
were you as excited at the end? So the end, he kind of comes running in, and were you as excited as I was to see the fucking flamethrower?
Yeah, that was
Yes.
awesome.
I was like,
telling you, this
God
is the thing.
damn it, dude! Because when the freaking cop was like, "Look what I found, man! I found a flamethrower." I'm like, "That's coming back at the end of the movie."
Yeah, of course.
That
well, it's
will be
the
back.
Chekhov's gun theory, where it's
Yeah.
like if you see a gun hanging over the mantle, at some point in the third act, that gun's going to get used. We saw a flamethrower. We got to use the flamethrower.
Yeah, when
right?
he pulled it out of the bag, I was
You guys
like,
got
yes.
it in the budget to use it.
Got the
Let's use it.
flamethrower.
But that flamethrower flamethrower looked weird. Like it
It's
didn't look
small.
like a normal
Looks like really
flamethrower.
small.
That was a street flamethrower, bro. That's what they use on the street.
Yeah, back in the 80s when the gang, you know, the Crips and the Bloods were fighting, some of them had Uzis. Some guys had a fucking... Speaking of Uzis, did you see like
yes,
the
yes,
Secret
I
Service
was just gonna say
had Uzis?
When he beats past the cop and goes in there, he just... Also... Oh, never mind, because he was a regular guy. Never mind. I was going to say he got shot a bunch of times and then just healed, but he couldn't heal. But he did. He healed the guy. It's never mind.
I like when the... I like when the dog got inhabited by the alien. And then
Yeah,
all of a sudden
that
it's
was
like,
pretty funny.
oh, there's the dog. This is the thing. This is legit
so
the thing.
that kind of started like a whole new thing with that movie is that every time he would go in there, he would see the dead person and then be like, oh, shit. Whose body is it in now?
Right,
which is
You never
awesome.
figure
Which
it
was
out.
which was a cool twist to like the story. I was like, oh, we're gonna get this whole thing where he was just like he was 3 steps behind and couldn't quite figure out who it was
because
going to.
once it got into the dog, he's like, well, now I don't even know who the fuck I could go after. I've lost my lead, and that's why he was just like, you know, I had to follow this guy, and the only lead I had is gone. And like, I think that's kind of what went into the dinner. I think it was the dinner part. I don't know. But yeah, it was.
Well, and then they kind of did answer the question because he had the stupid little like vibrator that he was like trying to shoot the alien with.
Yeah, the little.
And
little
the
rabbit.
whole time I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, why doesn't he just fucking shoot him?
Yeah,
Like,
because there were parts
well,
where
then
it's
they
like,
say,
no,
oh,
can't do it.
you can't do human bodies, and I'm like, oh, okay, they fucking answered.
I like when he had the one body and they were sitting in the jail cell, and he comes over with a bazooka and he goes goodbye, and then like nope. It was just like the bad guy alien was just very weird about shit, and it was just kind of fun. Like I kind of wanted more of
old
him.
actors just act fucking bonkers was so fun.
It was pretty good.
And that old guy who's just eating all the food and steals the Porsche. I loved everything about when those guys were
Or
doing their...
he's playing the fucking boombox in the little diner, and everyone's like, "Could you turn that down?" And he's like. Looks at her, and she's like, I tried.
He was sitting at the bar, and the guy's like, are you all right? And he's just bleeding all over the bar profusely.
I'd seen that guy before, too, the bartender. I couldn't remember who it was, though.
Yeah, there was a lot of actors. Like the black cop
I'm fine.
was, I've seen him in a few things. He was in, like, the second Crow movie. One of the other cops I've seen, like, I know, just bummed me out.
What? This is the year. This is the year I'm going to watch.
This is year 2023, where you watch everything from 1993.
They just wrapped filming on the remake.
Why don't you fucking cry about it?
I don't want to talk
Who's
about
crying?
it.
I'm just saying. They just wrapped filming.
You going to go see it?
No.
Maybe.
Exactly.
You're
So
gonna
what
go
do
see
you
it with
care?
me.
I
Yeah, of
probably
course.
will.
He'll still have never
Ant-Man
seen the
next
first
week.
I thought you were going to be here for next week.
I'll be back Friday morning.
Let's go see Friday night.
We will see it
Shit.
Friday night.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I can do it. I'll figure it out. Well, I was just thinking, I'm getting Emery that. No, I can't do it.
Wait,
Friday
you have
night.
kids?
I'm taking Emery to a dance.
Aw.
I can't. I know. It's a whole thing.
Oh, I'll be seeing it.
Fucking
And
asshole.
back to movies.
Anyway,
Yeah,
we're planning our social calendar.
You want to go see
What do people want to know
Ant-Man
what we're
with me
doing?
next Friday?
I don't know. We'll see.
I might be sitting in a dark room staring at fucking the wall.
Possibility.
Build that wall. Anyway,
This is Magnet County.
fucking oh god.
Did you see that guy in
Scottsdale?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, how are you going to yell at people, say that shit, and you own the company that you're standing in front of? Like, maybe do it somewhere else.
What was the company?
It was like Gilbert Ortega,
That art
fucking
gallery
like
on Scottsdale
Native
Road.
American art jewelry, and he's out there yelling at Native Americans doing fucking dances. Like,
I didn't know that.
Like, I'm sorry, dude. Like, I'm not gonna get political, but
This
that's
is a
just,
politics
that's
show
just
now.
stupid.
Something tells me there might have been drugs or alcohol involved in that one.
Yeah, he looked a little on it. He looked like fucking Sex Machine from Dusk Till Dawn. I was like thinking he was like going to point like a dick gun at them at some point. I'm like, all right, you fucking weirdo. Anyway,
I'll
welcome
watch
to
it
Scottsdale.
later podcast. We endorse Hogwarts Legacy. Please
It's
play
the
it.
Super Bowl. It's craziness. Anyway, no, I enjoyed this movie.
Yeah,
I really did.
I loved it. I think you guys are going to be weirded
As predictable
out by
as
my
it
score.
is. Oh, is it higher than a 3?
Yes.
Damn.
It's
All
a
right.
4. I give it a 4 because I would watch this along with The Thing. I liked it as much as I liked The Thing. I like these types of movies. I think these types of movies are awesome. It's literally time loop movies and body switching alien movies for me. That is my.
Could you imagine they combine the premise and like each time you kind of start to figure out that the body switch happens?
We should
cut this
make
out.
that.
We're gonna make that
Yeah,
movie.
cut this out.
Yeah, don't let anybody hear that.
I'm gonna write the script.
One of the 5 people who listen are gonna take
Yeah.
our movie idea.
Yeah, they're not fucking doing it.
Yeah, no one's doing that shit.
They're not doing it.
No one even
gotta
enters the
do it.
contest.
That's like Megan.
Yeah.
Where they were like, dude, yeah, we can't let her out there because somebody's going to steal the idea. And I'm like, nobody's stealing this idea.
No, okay, let's go back to
Megan.
Megan real quick. This is proprietary. We can't
Yeah.
let anybody take the idea. She takes her in public
Yes.
the whole fucking movie. Like at some point, even was like, "Holy shit, what the fuck is that?" Oh, we don't tell anybody.
Yeah. At one point, they compare the price to buying a Tesla. So I don't think anyone's stealing.
That's what I'm kind of getting at.
So what'd you give it?
It's about a 3.5. 3.5. I would say, okay, 3.5. It's a fun movie. And as much as I probably wouldn't rewatch it, I have a love of 80 movies. There might be a time where I just put it back on.
Yeah,
or if it's like comes across and I'm like, I remember liking that movie, I'll throw that on. It's highly predictable. Like I said, I mean, you guess the whole premise,
but
right
only
away.
because we've seen so many movies, and only because it's
it's possible.
It's a Thing ripoff
for sure.
And
Yeah,
not a ripoff, but it's like a homage. Maybe it's
you know what it
ripoff.
feels like Predator and Predator 2, where Predator was in the jungle, it's like an alien movie, and then Predator 2 was in L.A. The Thing was in Antarctica. This is the premise of The Thing. This is The Thing in L.A. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this is Predator 1, Predator 2.
Apparently, there's The Hidden 2, and I looked for it, and you cannot find it. I guess it was like straight to DVD.
1993, I think.
Yeah,
it came out like many years later. Yeah, they were really trying to capitalize. What'd you give it, Scott?
Probably like a soft 3.5. I think it was fun.
What does that mean?
Yeah, but what does Aaron's dick have to do with anything?
It's like saying like you're like, oh, it's a 3.5. Like I'm like, it's maybe kind of like Jordan said. It's probably a 3.5. So like I gave it a soft 3.5 because it is kind of a fun movie.
Yeah.
I think it is engaging all the way through. It's not boring at all. I like the body switching. I like the fact when they were like they couldn't figure out who the hell is jumping to, and all that stuff. And then you find out at the end, and it's all this stuff. It kept your interest through the movie. So I'll give it a soft 3.5.
It was one of those movies where it's like sometimes. So I've done this in the past, and I hate admitting this. Where it's like I'll watch a movie late at night. I maybe fall asleep to part of it, and then I'll try to catch up maybe the next day so I'm fresh for the podcast. There have been times where it's like, I've seen enough. I don't need to watch it. I hated it already. This movie, I did fall asleep last night toward the end, and I rewatched further back just to rewatch it today because it was actually such an engaging thing that I wanted to actually see play out that I did finish the entire movie. It was just in segments. But, yeah, not many movies are like that, where it's like you get so bored you fall asleep, and you're like,
Aaron used to do this thing on our other podcast where he just wouldn't even watch the movie.
I did. I am committed.
He's giving the Wikipedia version.
Yes.
I have never done that on this podcast, but I'm wondering if y'all have. I think
never
he has.
I think?
I think so.
All the Korean movies.
I have not watched a movie.
He's like, I'll Wikipedia the Korean shit.
Because sometimes your wife
I'm going to read. I'm going to read the premise.
Asleep,
I do fall asleep, and then I have to go back and rewatch it.
Okay. It happens.
Yeah.
Yes, on the podcast with the guy who died, I used to fake it. I used to fake the movies.
I hate
because
that it
I
took me
didn't
this long
like
staring
him.
at you to figure out your shirt. Like I'm just sitting there going, "What is that from?" It's Poltergeist.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry. Squirrel. I did a squirrel moment. I'm just like staring at it. I'm like, "What the fuck's?"
And the reason I'm messing with everything
is
because I didn't have the fucking. I didn't have Fail Army going. Dude, that's why I've been touching everything.
I wasn't going to say anything because I saw it out of the corner of my eye that the TV was not on, and I was not going to mention it.
I know.
You don't want to keep reading the song title "Home" by Daughtry?
I was really mad at you
then
guys
we would have
when
had to
I
have
got here.
We would have had to have stopped the show so I could turn the TV on.
So, but I have to. I'm
like stacking cans.
Yeah, I just
like, why are you doing that?
But Fail Army.
Nothing good can happen from what you're doing.
I told you it's an ADD thing, and I just
coke everywhere.
All right. So what are we watching next week, Jordan?
Next week we are going.
I've seen it 40 times, but you guys get to watch it because I want to talk about it.
No, this is one that's going to not go too far outside the weird shit that we like to pick because we like weird shit movies. It's nothing like Korean, nothing weird. This one's directed by a director named Michael Curtis, starring Paul Heinride, I think that's his name, Ingrid Bergman, and Humphrey Bogart. We're going to watch Casablanca.
Oh, cool.
Play it, Sam.
You must remember this. A kiss is just a kiss. A sigh is just a sigh. The fundamental things
You can't get away. Don't hide me. Do something. You must help me. I stick my neck out for nobody. Wise foreign policy.
And when two lovers woo, they still say I love you. On that you.
Why did you come back? To tell me why you ran out on me at the railway station?
Yes.
You can tell me now. I'm reasonably sober.
Brings as time goes.
There is a man arrived in Casablanca on his way to America. He will offer a fortune to anyone who'll furnish him with an exit visa.
What's his name?
Victor Laszlo.
Can deny it's still the same.
It's perhaps a strange circumstance. We both should be in love with the same woman.
A case of do or die. The world will always welcome lovers as time goes by.
He's looking at you, kid.
I don't care if you've seen it. Fuck you.
No, I've never seen it.
No,
Okay.
I've never seen it either. But I just said, oh, cool.
I know, but his face was like, oh,
I don't think he
I've
wants
seen
to
it
watch
35 times.
Have you seen it?
No.
Okay.
What's the face for?
I've seen because I was like doing the pause.
Oh, he was doing the thing that we should be doing. Got
Yes.
it.
I don't care.
I was like,
Do we still need pause?
no.
Okay.
He's got enough.
Yeah, we're good.
Okay, so
But yes,
we made it through this one.
I got the 4K. I've been pushing that off. I need to reset my brain and do something
Is it like 4 hours?
probably
long?
more mainstream. It's a little longer, but I think it's going to be fun to talk about.
Yeah. This guy. I need to reset my brain. Where Eagles
4
Dare
hour
to.
No, I'm just saying, like,
fucking
we tend,
19
you and I
hours long.
tend to find weird shit that we've heard about,
Yes.
that we go off of, that maybe the listening audience are going to skip because they're not going to watch fucking Korean war ghost movies from 1933. We
fucking
have different tastes.
their
and I
loss.
think I agree, but I think this is something that has been missed too many times for myself, and I want to sit down and force myself to watch it.
I know we have listeners. I do know that for a fact. But
I've seen the numbers.
I know we talk about the fact that there's nobody that listens.
that's a fun running
yeah.
joke.
Well, I read on Reddit the other day for another podcast. I was just looking through comments, and it was just, why would I want to listen to guys talk about a movie? It was about ours. Guys talk about a movie from 20 years ago I'm never going to watch. I was like, oh.
Hey,
that's the entire premise of my show.
Hey, you want to check out this new podcast?
You should promote our show on those Reddits.
I should have, but I just was like, fuck.
That's funny.
Anyways, all right, guys.
You want to actually announce winners of our contest, or
No,
you just want to
because-
introduce who you are?
Do you have winners?
I do have
don't we need to
winners.
randomize?
I've already done
He did
that.
it.
I've
Oh,
done
okay.
that.
Oh.
It's an audio medium. There's really no visual randomization for people. So
Beep, boop, 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 beep, boop, boop, beep, beep, boop, boop, beep, beep, beep. Who's the first one?
the winner of the $50 Rucking Fotten gift card is Brandon Farrington.
Brandon
Farrington.
Who's that?
Farrington.
Is he the guy from the RF thing? The group?
I don't know. He
Oh.
entered our contest. He listened and fucking did what we asked him to do. I don't care if he's never heard of Rucking Fotten. He won $50. Go buy a shirt.
Okay.
Congratulations, Brandon.
Congratulations, Brandon. You'll never hear this. And then the winner of
Haunted Turkish Basha.
Haunted Turkey
Which,
Dinner Show.
guess what? I just got the second
Swedish-
copy.
Okay, so we
in
can
the
actually
mail.
give it to you.
Yes.
The Swedish ice house
Swedish bathhouse movie.
skate rink.
Is Robert Stump.
Robert Stump.
So
Who's that?
he gets the second winner. Who the fuck are you asking about?
Like, he's asking you like you know these people. He's like, who's that, man?
The second guy that won. That's who it is.
All right. Well,
Who's that?
Congratulations to Brandon and Robert.
So I will be reaching out to both of them. I think I have Robert's address already, so we'll set that up, and then we'll reach out to
Well, who is it then?
Robert.
Okay.
Not a personal friend of mine. I'm telling you that. I'm just saying he's the guy who got the movie.
All righty.
And then we will reach out to get all that squared away. And congratulations, guys. Appreciate you.
Yay, we did it.
Insert clapping sound effect. All right. So we will be back next week with Casablanca, which is crazy that we've never seen that, but whatever.
Right? That's what I'm saying. Like,
And
why
then
haven't we watched that.
Then it will be Scott's movie, and then yet another snack show. So we'll just keep the wheels a turning. Hopefully next week's better than this week. I really hated y'all this week, but it's all good. All right.
Certain than the last week and the week before.
This week.
No. I
This
like you
week.
guys both.
Right, I hate you this month.
I'm Aaron.
I'm Jordan.
And Scott.
Big O's, huh? Well, see you later.